What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be using mainly NYX products. These are the two palettes that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Brights palette from NYX and also the Smoky and Highlight. And for my first shade, just to set my eye primer, I'm using this matte bone shade in the Smoky and Highlight palette. I'm just sweeping that all over with a fluffy blending brush. You know the deal. Moving on, I'm going to use this matte purplish color right here, and I'm going to put that in the crease. Now this is a little deeper than I thought it was going to be, so I'm going to go in with a color from the Brights palette in a second to kind of make that transition a little smoother, because I didn't like the way that this looked initially, like by itself in the crease. So I'm going to add that other purple shade in a second, but you're just going to build up the intensity that you want, and then we're going to go in with this lighter purple shade in the Brights palette, and I'm just gonna layer that right on top of where we put that other color in the crease, but focusing it more on the outer edges because that's gonna make it look a little bit more seamless. And then I'm gonna go in with a clean blending brush and just kind of go over everything that we just did because I don't want any harsh lines. If there's anything that you've ever learned on my channel, it's that we don't want any harsh lines, so that's what we're doing here. Now I'm going to go in with this NYX clear lid lacquer, and this stuff is bomb. If you put it down on your lid before shadow, it intensifies your shadow so much. And I'm going to use this shimmery shade from the Smoky and Highlight palette, and I'm going to put that right over that lid lacquer. But if you do your shadow and then you put that clear lid lacquer over your eye look, that's what's going to give you that glossy look. So it's a really versatile product. You can also use lip gloss for this, honestly, but this is a good product to have, you know, especially if you're doing makeup on other people. You don't want to be ratchet and put lip gloss on people's, you know, eyeballs, so it's just good to have. And then I'm gonna go in with a fluffy blending brush, another clean one, and I'm gonna just pack more of that shadow all over and then kind of blend it into the crease. And then I'm gonna take our previous blending brush with the first color that we used and just kind of blend that together, kind of harmonize the two shades. And when you're using that lid lacquer, you want to make sure you don't use a lot of it because I kind of went ham a little bit on this eye that you're seeing right now. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have a spot that kind of looks a little juicy, for lack of better words. It looks a little juicy, but just make sure you use the littlest amount so your makeup doesn't get creasy. Then I'm going to go on with the kind of champagne-ish shade in the Smoky and Highlight palette and put that right on my brow bone and then blend it together. And then I'm going to go in with NYX's white liquid liner and just kind of make the shape of a wing without filling it in. So we kind of want the middle part of our wing to be seen, like it's kind of see-through, transparent type of thing. But we're pretty much just making this line to use as a guideline for where we're going to place our little gems and rhinestones and stuff. So do as best you can, but if it's not perfect, it's okay because you're going to cover it up anyway. Nobody's going to see this line. So just do your best. And then I'm going to go on with these like $3 rhinestones. Found the smallest ones at Walmart. That's what I'm using. And then I'm going to use a throwaway glue that comes with pairs of lashes. I usually don't use them. I use my house lashes glue all the time. So this I actually found was helpful for this kind of project. And then I also have this little wax tip applicator. It's supposed to help you pick up rhinestones really easy because the top is made out of wax, like I said, and it kind of adheres to the top of the rhinestone. So I would suggest getting this because I feel like tweezers in general just don't go with rhinestones. So definitely want to invest in this. I paid like $2 for it. So I mean, you could probably even make this at home, to be honest. But I just kind of went in sections as I was, adhering the gems to the line. Put glue down. I put about 2 or 3 rhinestones down, and then I moved on, put glue down, and so on and so forth. If you notice here, I kind of left out the wing part. I wanted to see how the rhinestones laid on the line before I put down the one that's going to be right at the end. You're not going to get a sharp liner with this, by the way, but I mean, I think it still looks pretty cool. You go through until you get to the end of your line, And then you're just gonna go ahead and do what you usually do. Tight line, put your mascara on, put your lashes on. And the lashes that I'm using here are the Cocoa lashes in the style Goddess. They're also similar to the House of Lashes Iconics. And here I'm going to use this NYX illuminator. I'm not sure what the name is because I grabbed the wrong product, so I don't have it in front of me. Go ahead and check the description bar. I will have all these products listed, as well as everything that I use on my face off camera. You can go ahead and check that out. There will be links to everything. But I'm just kind of putting it on and then tapping it out with my finger, and then I'm going to go in with my Real Technique sponge and just kind of further blend it into the skin, push it in. And then on top of that, I'm going to use the Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. And I'm pretty sure this is the color Glow Getter. And I'm just wetting my brush like I usually do and putting that right over that NYX illuminator. And I love the way this combination looked together. It was just like the most perfect champagne sheen. Like, it was no glitter involved. Like, it was just beautiful. And I went ahead and put that on my Cupid's bow, tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and then a little bit on the chin and above my eyebrows. Then I went ahead and kind of took my blush brush and blended my blush in with my highlight because I didn't want any line of demarcation. So just wanted to blend that all together. Then going in with that purple shade from the NYX Brights palette, I'm just going to run that on the lower side of my eye. And I'm just using the same sequence like I always say. Using that purple shade, then I'm going to go in with that deeper purple shade from the Smoky and Highlight palette. And then I'm going to go through and blend it out with a clean blending brush. Then I'm going to line my waterline and kind of smudge it a little bit on my lash line. And then I'm going to take a smudger brush and kind of just smoke out the lower lash line. I wouldn't say this is like a black. I guess it's intended to be a black, but I find it more of like a charcoal color in the palette. And I'm going to use that to just set out the smoke that we did. And then I'm going to take that champagne color and put it in the inner tear duct to brighten up the look. But I don't want it to be super intense. So that's why I liked the way that came out. Then for lips, I'm not going to line them. Shocker, right? I'm using the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in the color Seduction. And this actually doesn't dry down matte. It's like a demi matte. But I went over it anyway with this NYX Glam Lip Gloss Aqua Luxe. His name is so long. In the color The Last Party, just for a little bit of shimmer. And then I just went ahead and sprayed myself with some Fix Plus. Fanned myself off like a mad woman. And I am done. So this is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really liking this bling liner trend. I hope you guys are too. This actually came off of my 100 Days of Makeup Challenge. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I will link that down below. Follow me on there. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!